right, guys, this is a piece of information for you to think about. And I absolutely guarantee if you think about this long enough, you'll come to realize that you can't live without looking after your spine. So very possibly controversial right off the bat, but you know what? If you want to have healthy teeth for your lifetime, you're going to see a dentist. If you want to have a healthy spine for life, you need to see a chiropractor. So you can meditate on that for a little while. But the reality is, and this is why, I'll give you a little bit of background that, stress affects us, right? We all know that. I'm going to focus more on physical or mechanical stress right now. But there's also emotional stress. You know that if you get in a stressful situation, your blood pressure goes up, your mouth goes dry, your hands go clammy. Like there's almost an instant response to stress. Specifically though, I want to talk about, muscles, joints, bones, nerves, because I think what a lot of people, and it's not they fail to realize, they've never thought about it before, you have muscles. And muscles need attention, and muscles do get stressed. Muscle tension or muscle tightness should come and go fairly easily or fairly quickly. But stress can go deeper than your muscles, right? And we know that from testing in a number of different ways. Stress can affect your spine. And if we want to go even deeper than that with chronic spinal stress, then obviously you're going to start affecting your nerves. And all of this is purely right now for this video from a mechanical standpoint. So I'll just go through those. I want you to think of those as layers. Like the most superficial layer of you is your muscles. And if you drive for half an hour, 45 minutes, maybe you get out of your car, you're going to feel a little bit stiff through the shoulders or the low back. You stretch it out, you take a hot bath, and muscle tension, that's the interesting thing. It goes away pretty quickly if you treat it well, right? I would say a maximum of it's hours to days, right? But typically with muscles, you don't get pain, and that's the big difference between muscle problems, tension in muscles, tightness, and pain or chronic problems. I've had a stiff neck for years. I've thrown my back out for years or decades. You're now at a spinal level. You have to be, because when you're pinching nerves, you're putting pressure on the nerves that surround your spine. Those are going to give you pain. Okay, so I'll touch on that with a little bit more detail. You guys are probably getting familiar with this, which is literally almost a life-size me here. And the yellow is all the nerves, and there's nerves surrounding your whole spine. And that's the big difference of when you actually get pain, you have to be affecting these deeper structures. What I want you to visualize just really quickly is you've all seen someone who's really hunched over from bad posture, right? And I always think of, you're in the Rideau Center because I'm in the Bard Market, and you see the little old lady hunched over in two. So right away, guys and girls, is that a muscle problem or is that a spinal problem? Well, it has to be a spinal problem because you can literally see the spine deviating. So that's right away. We know that has gone into a deeper level than muscles. So if you have a muscle problem, again, massage, physio, there's great people to help you with muscle problems. Massage tends to be a very passive and amazing hands-on treatment. I use massage therapy if I have a muscle problem. Physiotherapy also tends to focus on the muscular layer. Machines, stim or electrodes, rehab exercises for the muscles. So is there a place for physio? Absolutely. But when you talk about spine problems, you have to get deeper and figure out what's causing pain in your spine, why it keeps happening, because that's a deeper level of stress. And I wanted to shoot this video for you today because when you leave spinal stress alone, it then can start affecting the nerves. And I hope this makes sense because again, I'll just get this guy really briefly again. You have nerves that are coming out between all these bones, and they're all going to very, very, very important places. So for those of you who've heard of sciatic pain, it's just these nerves going out of your low back and they're going down your leg, right? So when your low back gets bad enough from a mechanical disc joint perspective, well, of course, it's going to start crushing your sciatic nerve. And I wanted to shoot this video for you because I had a guy in here and he's been throwing out his back for 20 years. He works pretty hard physically. He has for almost 20 years, but he's kind of seeing retirement coming. But he's getting a numb leg, and on the imaging we had for him, of course, when the leg's going numb, we know it's not a muscle problem anymore. It's been a spinal problem for a long time, but now it's affecting the nerves going down the leg, which now is affecting how he walks, right? So that's just kind of a really short primer on, the layers, if you will, superficial, middle, and deep tension. And once we start getting deeper tension, those nerves, whether they're going to your organs or your glands right out of your spine, anywhere from top to bottom, you can ultimately start affecting your health if you don't address that middle, that spinal layer of your health. And I wanted to shoot this for you because just like at the beginning, we have lots of people in our family. And the dentist, it's amazing, especially these days, you don't even see the dentist without him going, hey, I want a 360 panoramic view of your teeth, your jaw, your TMJ, etc., because they want you to live a long, healthy life owning your set of teeth. Well, imaging or no imaging, the whole thing with a spine is it's got to stay healthy if you want to stay healthy. So superficial muscles, deep spine, deepest nerves. And if you look after all those three layers well, and especially trying to be very careful about the spine and the nerves, you're going to maximize your chance of living a long, healthy life. So I hope this information gets you. It's just more a thoughtful piece I wanted to shoot today because it's the truth. It's the truth on how the brain, body, spine, nerves, and muscle layers all have to have an interplay to keep you healthy. But ultimately, as a chiropractor, it's that deep stress that affects your spine, causing subluxation, spinal stress, and eventually that can go into damage and degeneration. That's what we don't want, because once we start seeing that, we get chronic nerve problems, and that takes away your health. So hope this gets you thinking today. Definitely it's time to look after your spine if you haven't already. If I can help you, I will. If I can refer you to someone who can help you, let me know. Share this, tag this, reach out to me if you have any questions about this information. Take care. Martin signing off.